Hello, hello, hello. Just gonna hide this. Leave that how it is. Boom. Alright. I hit that, right? Yes. Hard to tell sometimes, because I'm stupid. Anyway, how is everybody doing? Let me find my fingers on this keyboard. Give me a second. Right, there we go. I've got partial use of my hands. Why is the game lagging? That's concerning. Alright, it seems to be mostly fine. Again, now. Alright, so before I actually get into actually making progress, this thing confuses the fuck out of me. And I know I'm not supposed to swear. Hello, Kaluri the Avale. So this thing here, the accumulator, or at least the one added by Create Crafts and Additions, makes no sense. If I climb up here, I've got these things. Medium voltage wire. Vicar's not here, but if they were, they would be happy that I finally insulated something. Anyway, it says that I can pump electricity in through the top. That's not true, or at least it doesn't seem to be mostly true. After screwing around a lot, I found out I can just pump electricity in from the sides, like this, and then I can get power out of the top just fine. So I've now got a decent store of power. 11.6 million, whatever FE is. Also, I made this thing. And it's not the most powerful thing ever, the Gourmand Dynamo. But it eats pork chops and actually produces more electricity than even this one here, which consumes blocks of shit. Well, the blocks of coke is optional. But anyway, my power needs are somewhat sorted. If I come in here real quick. Accumulator. Let's go ahead and ponder that. Yeah, it shows it being powered from the top, and it's like, oh, you can even configure an input or output. No, you can't. I mean, you can, but it doesn't work. Probably weird interactions with the other mods in the pack. But I also set this up so that I can power up my empowerers. And that's what I've been up to. It took me 7 billion years to figure all this out. Now that that's over. How are you doing, Kulori? None of this stuff has changed. Although now that I'm actually using pork chops, I gotta keep this system going. I need to feed the pigs so that they can feed my power. Rest in pieces, beautiful creatures. Where's my quest book? Alright, so we're like here in the tech tree. Two main things I need to craft now are these two things. I don't think I have to make this. Like I do if I want to make the old eye, which I'll need if I want to escape the back rooms. But that can probably wait. Oh, hello, Terraspark. I mean, things are looking technologically advanced, but they are not organized. I'm appreciative of Starbound, because without it we would not have gotten the current most popular iteration of the Avali. But like, Starbound as a game is just not very good without excessive amounts of mods. Anyway, let's go ahead and get crafting. Need to make this press first. Bronze. Do I have bronze? I'm going to guess probably not, since it doesn't seem to be something I can craft using this. I don't know, let's go see what kind of ores I've got. How are you doing, Terraspark? Let's see here. I'm almost out of brass. And that's whatever the fuck that is. I don't have any bronze. I know bronze is an alloy. Good look again. How make bronze? Blasting, smelting, alloy smelting. Alright, so copper and tin. I've got those things. Not over here. Things are right. Or all right. A bit hot. Not a big fan of California. Or summer in general. I just don't like temperatures above freezing. Give me these. Now then. Copper. And I don't actually know where my tin is. That's zinc. I'm probably going to have to smelt more tin down. I should really get around to expanding this thing, because it's not very good how it currently is. And it's also currently full of iron. Whoop. One of the things I'm going to have to do later this stream is tear this apart. I should be good on steel for the most part, though. I think. Gonna grab this. Do I have tin? Surely I have it somewhere, but I'm not finding it. Oh my. Tin ingot. Casting table, induction smelter. Bulk blasting. Alloy smelting. Yeah, that's crushed raw tin. Let's find out how to get molten tin, because that's probably what I need. I think I've got some tin in one of my storages, but not the one that's useful to me. Alright, yeah, so microwaves. Microwaves. Silver. It's lead. Bunch of nickel. Those are light stubs. Alright, I guess we're going to have to hunt down a microwave. I wish I knew I needed tin before I started. But I'm not surprised I started unprepared. Also, don't look at my inventory. It's still a tiny bit of a mess. Or I guess it's probably a huge mess. But that's not as important as our need for a microwave at the moment. I was growing more hemp than this. Did I, for some reason, only partially replant? It wouldn't surprise me. But sometimes I would like to know why I do the things that I do. This is a pretty big empty room. Hopefully I don't have to wander too far looking for a microwave. I was pretty sure that I had tin. But I don't know what's going to be faster. Finding a wild microwave, or finding what the hell I did with it. It is a bit odd that wild microwaves are just something you kind of have to look for every now and then. Nope, that's just aluminum. Would have been cool if I already had a microwave on me. It's obvious that I don't. Alright, into the darkness and the unknown. I've totally explored this area. Yep, wild microwaves. That's a television. Microwave. I hopefully won't need more than the one, but let's go ahead and see if I can't just find another microwave in the area. Oh, an escalator. I haven't... No, I did sabotage that. So this is the escalator I've found in the past. Which is unfortunate. Oh, there's some more crude oil-soaked carpet here, though. I don't need that. Grab the refrigerator. This is a pretty inconvenient line of sinks. This is a strange room. I don't know how, but I've not actually been in here. Or I just don't remember it. Hello, Scrimblow. Do we have any word yet on an update for Voices of the Void? Is that coming this month or next? Hopefully it's one of the two. The hell is that thing? It looks like a Ravager. But all skulkified. Hey, I have an idea. Let's not go that way. We'll check out up here. Unfortunately, I can't ride the escalator since bad things happen when I do. Nobody's judging your sleep schedule. It's totally possible that you are just nocturnal like I am. A lot of people are like, oh, just be awake during the day like a normal person. It's like, no. In the same way you can't really stay awake all night, I just can't stay awake all day. My body doesn't want to. My body and or my brain. Both are stupid, though. Jukebox. It's a free diamond. Ow. Actually, I didn't end up falling. I preemptively said ow. To prepare my ankles to be shattered. Microwave. Nah, it's just a television. Here's a cardboard fort. Oh, it's not a cardboard fort. Microwave. Also, just a heads up, chat. I might be lost. But it's fine. Who doesn't get lost in the back rooms? There's some skulk. If I retrace my steps, I should be alright. I don't know what you get for melting down toasters, but I'm taking it. I'm also going to take the television. You can never have enough silver, especially if I need more electrium. Ooh. Also, this is not clearly anywhere I've been, so I'm like, I'll just retrace my steps. But my brain just wants to get more lost. Would have been fun to set up in one of those cardboard houses. Alright, if I let myself fall through the floor... Is this anywhere I've been? Unfortunately, stuff looking familiar is not that helpful. The back rooms are randomly generated. Sure. But everything is based on a template that just kind of links together. Together, really? Together. Toaster. And that just leads into a wall. I've got plenty of food, so I'm not going to starve looking for the way back. But ideally I wouldn't have gotten lost in the first place. I think I've definitely been lost here, though. Yeah, the cake is missing. So this is somewhere I've definitely been. I just don't know how to get back. Batteries. It's hard to tell if those batteries are still there, because I decided batteries are useless, or if because I've not actually been down this corner. I can't remember what, but you do get something for melting down batteries. Well, hello. Oh, I know where I am. All right, sweet. That hallway looked so strange. But it's because of my meddling. Lithium by any chance? That's a great question. What do we get for melting down the batteries? Battery. Zinc, apparently. Which is not something I need more of. In fact, by the time I needed zinc at all, I was able to produce a bunch of it. Just bad balancing. Alright, how much is still in here? 1 block, 7 ingots. I'm gonna get all the iron out before I start smelting down my tin. Hopefully 2 microwaves is decent. Whoops, put that back. Gotta be fast. I need to make progress before I zone out again. Come on. No peastiquitos. Sweet, that's the last one. Yoink. Throw the microwaves in there. I do kind of want to make a railgun. It's not that expensive either. Requires advanced components, which I can make. High voltage accumulator. Most expensive thing so far is probably this. Oh, it's just coke dust inside of a multi-servo press. And I'm in the process of making a multi-servo press. I have a rule, no touch the Satu. I know that a volley tend to like being touched, just not all. It'd take me a while to put it up here, but I do have a sticker. Do-do-do. OBS. Go and change you. Browse. Desktop. Homework. A volley stuff. Throw in do not the Satu. Go ahead and shrink it. Here we go. Do not touch. Hello, random player. Yes, this is Java Edition. I don't think Bedrock Edition has mods. And it's got resource packs that can be pretty interesting. Alright, there we go. Bunch of copper, bunch of tin. Let's go ahead and make bronze, and then lose that again. Yeah, I own Bedrock Edition. I just don't play it, because, I can't be a small bird. And if you can't be in a volley, what's the point? Alright, 10 ingots. And while that's going, let's see if I don't already have bronze somewhere. Nope. I should figure out this camera mod. Sneak plus use to configure, right click, install / swap attachment. Right click with shears to remove this message. Interesting. A buddy of mine and I did recently 100% Stardew Valley, so we're looking at Minecraft mod packs that we could play together. I'm trying to get them to become a streamer. They recently restarted college, though, and are going to have 2 roommates in their dorm. Which is the perfect time to get into streaming. Just annoy the most possible people. Yes, Mallow. That's a lot of bronze. Right, probably don't need more than that for now. And I would at the very least hate to waste all my tin. Alright. Now my inventory is a huge mess. It's too much slag. I like the look of slag glass. And there is no sky in the back rooms anyway. So it's not like we'd be missing too much if I decided to use slag glass for my windows. But let's go ahead and look what we need for this. 2 of these, 2 bronze. That's just a block of iron. Pretty cheap. I mean, comparatively. Oh no, I'm running out of iron. I do think I already have enough advanced circuits. Boom, ba-doo. I need this. Might slap you here. I don't know where my advanced circuits are. Probably in my inventory. I'm not seeing them. Let's go ahead and craft the weird redstone dynamo thing, though. Real quick. I don't think that there is an end, but I have 100%, not 100%, but I've beaten Minecraft before. And sweet. Managed to get what I wanted without needing to use the request system. Which is like the main reason I want this. Are my circuits in here? Not these ones. Oh, here they are. I am running low already. Going to have to make more of those. Block of iron. And the machine thing I just made. Here we go. Multi-servo press. Let's go and just throw this on the system somewhere. Ow, my ankles. Boom. No rewards. I have to make this thing now. That's actually suspiciously cheap. I've definitely made a piston, but I don't remember where it is. So let's go ahead and just make another one. How do you make a piston? That's pretty cheap. Except that I already forgot the recipe again, because I don't have a brain. I think I need cobblestone and some wood planks. Ba-ba-ba-bo. Right, let's go grab 4 pieces of cobble. And call it good. But anybody who's familiar with a volley lore will know why the railgun thing is funny. What are you two doing over there in that corner? Right, piston made. You there. I do believe I need another machine block. New AI script. What? Yeah, YouTube is a little bit too aggressive with the ads. What am I doing? Except losing my mind. Electronic component. I just need the 2 of those. Send that request. I'll be back for them. Pocket Dragon, hello! Trying to actually make progress. Doing a pretty okay job of it so far. I got lost for a tiny bit looking for wild microwaves. Who doesn't get lost from time to time looking for wild microwaves? I wonder if YouTube wouldn't let me just turn off the ads. It's not like I'm making any money on YouTube anyway. Although they probably wouldn't like me turning off the ads. Yeah, if YouTube asks, I didn't say this, but you want to use an ad blocker. What are you doing on my stuff? Right, Slug. If you died on something stupid, you would probably clog up my machines, and I wouldn't notice until it's too late, so get off of there. There you go. Don't step on the slut. Anybody remember that old Tumblr post? I think I need one of those and then 2 pieces of flint and then we are good. A mobile version of ad blocker? They don't work the same way, but I believe that there are. Smack you here, and you. Sweet. Pulverizer made. I would have to be careful of where I put things, because anything that requires fuel, I can automatically load stuff into from the side. Okay, let me show you what I'm talking about. I don't have anything I can show you what I'm talking about with. Alright. Put these up here just for storage. A lot of this stuff as well. 2 buckets. Yeah, that's everything I need. Also gotta eat my kippers. I'm not getting distracted. But this is, you know, important stuff for progress. Yeah, I'm opposed to ads. Not a fan. Whoop. Of course, I also don't make a living doing this. So it's pretty easy to not be a fan of ads. For a lot of people, or I guess not a lot of people, for a small amount of really lucky people, ads genuinely do pay the bills. I also have a full-time job. It's not why I can only stream in such weird time windows, but it's definitely part of it. I would like to think that if I was actually paying bills with streaming money, that I would be better at it than I am. Have I taken a break? I mean, I've taken a couple. My channel was made all the way back in 2012. And for a while, I stopped uploading because I was in college. And then I started uploading again. And then I stopped uploading because I was homeless. Which is not something that I would recommend doing. If you can avoid being homeless, definitely avoid that. Alright. Let's go. Hello, Vicar. I'm just showing off this cool new thing I found. Gotta get out of here. Here it is. I'm just blind. Opal! Whoops. My cankles. I accidentally touched this shulk, or is it skulk? I think it's skulk. So yeah, I did find out that on certain machines, like this one here, if you look at that little blue thing there, actually there's oil in that. Still, let's go ahead and break it. I don't know how to remove the small amounts of liquids that I don't want in there. So this blue thing is an input, and then the orange one is an output. So if I smack that there, it'll start filling with liquid. And if I take this here and put it there, it'll start filling with the heavy oil. So not very cleanly. Sometimes I say okay for no reason. That is true. If I had a larger community, like I need to be better at reading comments for sure. Got a pop-up ad? If they were just the pop-up ads, that would be fine. Like those 15-minute unskippable ads are really fucking annoying. There are some funny ads. Like I saw a 2-hour ad that was just the entirety of the Horton Hears a Who movie. I don't know why that existed, but it was funny. Alright. But yeah, it would be cool if I had people who would chatting to each other. Not that I shouldn't be still reading comments, but if I had people chatting with one another, I could keep everybody as entertained as possible. What do I do if I'm bored? I mostly just break shit. Am I joking? The world will never know. Alright. Hop graphite dust. I forgot the first step. I need to make coke dust. Starting down a moat. And coke dust is pretty easily just coke thrown in there. I should still have some coke on me. I do. Fabulous. Wait until that pops out. Oh, what do I do if I'm bored? I jokingly said that I break stuff. See, I'm always bored and I'm never bored at the same time. I've got what the kids might call horrible ADHD. So, like, I'm constantly bored but also really easily entertained. Alright, so coke dust made. Quest book. So I need to put, coke dust into an ingot cast, which is just bronze plates surrounding a brick. Easy peasy. How much bronze do I have? A good bit. Couldn't do a solid 8 of these, because it looks like I'm going to need another press as well. Is that not how I get bronze plates? By smashing down bronze? Bronze plate. I have to use a metal press? Well, I can also just put it in the servo. That's much better. Candy breath pinata. What the hell are you two talking about in there? I mean, 99.999% of making money on YouTube is luck. Like even getting far enough to be monetized. There is genuine skill involved. Skill I do not have. But after only like 14 years, I did finally get lucky. Hello, Ngad. How are you doing? Come on, hurry up. Yeah, that is kind of depressing. And by kind of, I mean extremely. Like, even if it's bad, you can pour your heart and soul into a video, and then it gets, like, no views. It's probably worse if you get no views on a good video, but I wouldn't know since everything I make is trash. But then you see AI slop channels with, like, hundreds of thousands of subscribers. Hope that doesn't break anything. I'm doing alright, thank you for asking. Clay ball. Doing a lot of running around, though. I don't have strong feelings about brain rot. I'm not entirely sure what the hell Skibbity Toilet is, and at this point I'm afraid to ask. Come on, hurry up. Hell yeah, Brick, get... Of course my shit's full. I'm a sexy little hatchling. What the hell are you two talking about in there? So Skibbity Toilet's not even funny anymore. I'm behind the times on the, unfunny brain rot. Alright. Ingot cast. Throw you in here. Nope, not there, I guess. Or there. Could I have used the pulverizer to make coke dust, do you think? No. So what's the pulverizer for? Arc furnace prep. It seems to imply that the pulverizer is for making coke dust. Maybe I'll need something else in the future. Oh no, I need the pulverizer for breaking down the ingot that I'm making now into more dust. Nyan Cat's alright. Nyan Cat? It's not as funny as It's Raining Tacos, but like, it's a waste of time to compare masterpieces together like that. Alright, so this should give me the dust, which I then need to craft a stick. Sure, it'd be nice if I had usable inventory space. I'm not entirely sure who decided to organize my inventory like this, but that person's an idiot. Where's my wood? There we go. 4 sticks get. Coke dust. Just don't snort it. It's not that kind of coke. You here. Rodcast. That's taking its sweet time. I found out that for some reason using the time on the time in a bottle on a lot of this stuff just makes it consume more power. It doesn't make it generate anything faster for some reason, which is funny. Oh yeah, opal. So it's not the most beautiful thing, but over here, oh, we're out of milk. Well, Malo, guess what that means? It's milk o'clock. Put all this stuff I'm not actually using. Get a bucket out. If I change this to bucket mode, can I just milk Malo with it? My guess is no. No, I cannot use it. I think I tested that in the past. I don't know how the script works, but I don't like that it moves the bucket around. Going to have to get Floofalant to make it where I can just milk 32 buckets at once. I've definitely seen people stream Minecraft from their mobile phone. I don't think it's Java Minecraft, though. Yeah, this would be a lot easier. Where'd these eggs come from? Did I just already have those on me? Almost. Don't worry, Mallow. This torment will be over shortly. Whoops. Right, so that's 30 now, I think? Yes. Last one, Mallow, don't worry. Alright. Now we've got 32 buckets of milk in this tank. Alright, let's go ahead and slap this here now. And so this thing very slowly pulls the milk. Doesn't have to do it that quickly. Oh, I'm out of sugar. Let's go ahead and get some sugar, and then I'll show it off. I also have to go grab cocoa beans, since their production is not automated. Also, my game is lagging. Go ahead and check YouTube real quick. And yet it says, okay, now there we go, is lower than the recommended bitrate. I need to figure out how to fix that. I went back and checked the VOD, and it doesn't look bad. Like, it looks fine. But lower than recommended bitrate sounds concerning. Yeah, that could be how that works. Very likely is. Alright, let's go and slap you in there. Put you in there. So how it works, very poorly, is that the bucket of milk is just very slowly being drained into these 3 kegs. There's an ice crate here, which chills them. And then over time, it turns into cocoa fudge. Or mallow fudge, as we're calling it. I meant to make a YouTube short including it, but I'm lazy. Where the first time I made the mallow fudge, I said milk, milk, lemonade, here is where the fudge is made. Here being over there where I first made the fudge. It's not a very appropriate joke. But I realized pretty early on, and by pretty early on I mean super late. What is the fudge for? Nothing. It's just a snack. I can feed it to that gourmand dynamo over there, but if you look at the fudge, it's only worth 12,800 units. Meanwhile, if I look at a cooked pork chop, which is significantly less work to make, it's the same amount. So the mallow fudge really is just a cursed item that I can eat. Not a lot of other practical uses for it. 2 graphite rods. Probably going to need more than that. Graphite electrodes, like the Pokemon. Right, kids, we're making the blast furnace now. I do need 27 pieces of sheet steel, though. Give me a second. Oh, let's just put my bucket up here. And pick this up. And I think that I already moved my cauldron into this crate that I'm using for crafting purposes. Windows Emu. Been a while since you saw the sniffer. There's actually 2 sniffers, but they're both tucked into a corner. Alright, what did I do with my hot steel? Too hot for television. Well, let's go ahead and check the receive. Or the requests. Thank you for the feather. Yep, there's my hot steel. I like the crows, but I do wish they would stop, or I guess ravens, but I do wish they would stop leaving feathers everywhere. Alright, we have to get at least 27 steel out of this. Otherwise I won't be able to tear apart my current industrial furnace. Alright. Let's get this going. Not like that. Yoink. Bucket mode on. Dwarf Fortress. I mean, if there was like a volley mod for Dwarf Fortress, that would probably be fun. That being said, the Necronomicon does have instructions on how to animate a zombie. But it's not even like the premier book on necromancy. Almost nothing to do with it at all. It's mostly like old god bullshit. Right, let's go ahead and refill this for when I need it in the future. Which will hopefully be never again. Okay. I've got to make some steel sheets. Not this many though. Actually need to make exactly this many steel sheets. So that works out perfectly. Let's go tear apart the weird blast furnace that's been a big part of our lives for way too fucking long. Scav Prototype is a good game. Scrumblow, are you over here recruiting people to try to convince me to play Scav Prototype? I'm not opposed to it. I just don't know what the goal of the game is. But I do a lot better in games when I know what the hell I'm doing. Hell, this mod pack is walking me through the steps and I'm doing a bad job of it. What's this? Build a reality frame. I'm getting so close to being able to build a reality frame. I do need to make one of these, which is not that expensive. Tedious, though. Tedious as hell. Alright. It's all of this stuff made. Not like that. Boom. Reinforced brick. Task complete. Go ahead and see what I can and cannot get rid of. And free up my inventory for actual crafting. Almost nothing. I'm not farming industrial hemp, but let's go ahead and put this over here too. There we go. Just to get it out of here. And I've already got this. The engineer's manual. I hope y'all are entertained by watching an idiot try to figure out how to craft things, because that's what we're doing here. Alright, so 5 blocks. Couldn't get rid of these. Are those blocks of steel, or... Yeah, those are the sheet ones. Alright, so here's the exact center. No. We'll make this the exact center. Right, so that's 5 blocks. 2 more. Wait. Nope, just 1 more. Smack that there. 1 more here. Smack that there. This should actually be a heavy machine block, which I don't seem to have. There we go. And this here. Cauldron somewhere around here. You here. Cauldron in the center block. Where the hell is my cauldron? Oh yeah, I just moved it and I already forgot. Just go down and don't die. Well, I don't know that I'd be very good at that. I did the tutorial, and I can't even remember what the sequence of events was. But I put the radio in my mouth, and then I smacked a door, and then my head exploded. And that was in the tutorial. So, who knows what kind of shenanigans I could get up to when I'm in actual danger. Alright, that looks right to me. Whoops. Next step. Put this red thing up here. I don't know where I'm going to power this from. Hopefully not the back, because it's going to be hard to get some electricity in there. Should I just in case build this one forward? Or should I throw caution to the wind and then just continue building it like this and then maybe have to build it up? See that? I'm not entirely sure. If I had to guess, the scav just built their bit down on the radio and it exploded? That's a thing that can happen, right? Let's go and pick this up. Just because I'm paranoid, I'm going to build it one forward. I think I've got this multi-tool. The handiest of inventions. Alright. Relook at this. Okay, just refill the space with these. And we're good to go. Alright, next step. Okay, so I don't know how my head exploded. Maybe I should have been live streaming the tutorial so we could have figured that mystery out together. Alright, those three there. Heavy on either side. Fill in the space with, these dudes now. I would like to do some multiplayer Minecraft stuff at some point. Alright, come up higher. Yep, that does look accurate to me. We'll get a mod pack going. Brup. Unfortunately, multiplayer stuff is kind of hard to do. Or at least, like, consistently do. Oh, what's this? Steel sheet metal, 6 blocks of steel. Probably should have checked this back before I started to build it. But I think I'm doing alright. Oh, this has to come forward a little bit more. There we go. That's what it wants from me. And then that looks like a light engineering block. Uh-oh, your internet. Hopefully it's not my internet. Make a sexy defense. What? Where the defenders never die. Oh, y'all are just still talking about Dwarf Fortress. I think. If y'all want to watch an actually good YouTuber, I can't recommend Seth Zintak enough. Super inappropriate content, though. Now, he's got a review on Dwarf Fortress. Alright. Challenge complete, the hottest topic. I used to shop at Hot Topic. I was upset that I couldn't spend $120 on those jeans that are like covered in chains and stuff. Someone's gonna know what I'm talking about. Alright, how do I power this fucking thing? We need some kind of input on the back. So it is a good thing I moved that around. But I'm not seeing the power input. We'll check out the interface for this. Yep, that's an interface all right. Quick, somebody explain how this works. Let's do some reading. Alright, the arc furnace is a massive structure used to quickly smelt metals. It consists of a steel vat topped by electrodes which heat up the metal. The furnace excels at smelting ores and creating steel due to its high speed and its ability to process multiple items at the same time. But it is also complex in its workings and will require maintenance in order to continue functioning. Slag must be removed from the machine or it will cease to function, and degrading electrodes need to be replaced over time. To form the structure, assemble it as shown on the first page, then click the cauldron with the engineer's hammer. Energy is inputted through the 3 connectors at the back, and supplying the control panel at the front with redstone signal will turn it off the machine. Right-clicking the panel with the bucket. Open the VAT interface. The interface may look confusing upon first seeing it, but it's quite straightforward. The 3 slots at top are for the graphite electrodes. The 12 slots on the left are the input slots for metals and ores. Each slot has a temperature bar next to it, representing the progress of smelting. The 4 slots on the right are for additives, different materials added to the molten metal during the crafting process. An example of these would be adding coke dust to melting iron in order to create steel. Inputs and additives are inserted through the 2 hatches at the top of the structure. Inputs to the left and additives to the right of the electrode. The 7 slots at the bottom are 6 output slots and a slot for slag. Outputs are retrieved from the bucket at the front of the structure. Slag through the port at the back of the machine. Okay, so the thing on the back is for removing slag. But is it like molten slag? Nope, that was the end of it. Where are these connectors? Oh, these are the connectors. I don't suppose I've got more flux duct made somewhere, do I? I'm going to have to connect this to my big-ass battery thing over here. Which isn't going to be hard to do, but I have to either find my flux duct or make more. I'm not looking forward to having to make more, because I can't stress enough that my inventory management just does not exist. Are you flux duct? Yes, it's not going to be enough. In fact, that's the first 4 flux duct I ever made. Brrr. Does it funnel into a hopper like in Minecraft? I might be able to use a hopper to funnel stuff into it, but it's probably encouraged that I use conveyor belts to put stuff in and pull stuff out. Anyway, I've got that now. It's probably going to take me 30 years to figure out. This tank requires reality alloy, which is in an arc furnace, a terra steel nugget, empowered inori crystals, and confusing powder. Holy shit, reality alloy is expensive. And flux crystal? Alright, let's focus on one thing at a time. What is the best way to get lapis? Whoops. Let me just misspell lapis. If I can figure out antimatter, I can use some blue wool. Yeah, that's not helpful. Lapis lazuli, alloy smelting, not helpful. Cutting board, also not helpful. Richmond chamber. Well, how do I get lapis dust? So a single lapis lazuli turns into 1 lapis dust, which I can then turn back into lapis lazuli. That's pretty impractical. It looks like the crucible is going to have to be how I make this. It just requires some sulfur and blue dye. I've been making sulfur. Why is this still here? Alright, but I cannot get dejected or distracted. I'm going to have to figure out how that works. Let's go and just put a bunch of this stuff in here. Folded cardboard, bronze metal. This is why I can never find anything, by the way. I don't know if the flux duct will connect to that. I guess there's one way to find out. Go and grab this thing. Nope, I'm trying to take you out. Boom. Rotate, rotate. Oh, it doesn't want to connect. There we go. Throw that back in there. Are you powering? Tisn't. So I probably just need wire. Let's see if that works. Give me these. Ow, my ankles. Oh, hey, Vicar, there you are. I finally made some insulated wire. I made more than this, I just don't know where it's at. Connect you here. Rotate you. Insulated wire. Does it need to be connected to all 3 of them? How does this work? Oh, maybe it means these things. That looks more like a power input. And it connects, so that's probably what I'm trying to do it to. Haha. I figured it out. That's why they call me 7,000 IQ Satu. Nobody calls me that. Now are you powering? Hell yeah, it's powering up! It's powering up pretty quickly. Probably don't even actually need to, do that other stuff if it's powering up this much with a single block of coke dust, or coke block, whatever the fuck. It doesn't mean that I'm going to figure out how to use it anytime soon. I should also probably make another one of those graphite rod things. For now, I need to get back to my production of lapis lazuli. If I'm going to escape the back rooms, I need to focus. Am I storing my sulfur, or am I just losing my sulfur? Alright, where the hell's my sulfur? There we go. Are you used in the production of lapis? Yes. Which, you know what that means. It's time to find my flower pouch again. Nope, don't have it on me. I really wish I could organize. Oh yeah, is anybody here excited for next stream? Can you stop giving me eggs? Where's my flower pouch? So next stream is going to be more Deltarune. Whoops, sorry about that, little buddy. Which means I'm going to spend about, I don't know, 5 hours just fighting the night. Which is peak entertainment. Where the hell is my flower pouch? Oh, hey, it's my drawer key. Of course, now that I know where my drawer key is, I can't remember what I wanted it for. Not in there. Not in there. Thanks. I don't know why it would have ended up in there, but you never know with me. Is there a flower pouch here for some reason? No. It's gotta be around here. This is where I've been storing the majority of the stuff I actually use. Up to and including the flower pouch. Aha! I'm just stupid. Alright. Let's go and just make a bunch. Probably more than I need. But this is who I am. I also need food. Did I just throw my picnic basket? I'll just grab some of these. Pretty decent food source. Alright. Why are you kids talking about water wheels in there? Alright, so the lapis recipe. Pretty cheap. Okay, so just put in the sulfur dust, wait for it to change color, put in the lapis, stir it twice. Or not the lapis. I'm making the lapis. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Alright. Wait for it to change color. Boom. It's actually pretty cheap. That being said, I don't want it just sitting in my hotbar like that. That's how I run out of space. Oh yeah, let me also take this off. Just because I feel like it wants to be annoying. Even though it hasn't had the chance to yet. Heck yeah. I don't actually know how much I need. So we're going to be wasteful about it. Oh, shit. No. Well, I'm just going to stir it twice. Well, it changed color again. I do wonder if there are more recipes than what I know of, or if it's just fucking with me. Could be both. Little of column A, little of column B. Let's be more patient, not mess stuff up. Don't do it. Don't do it. I don't know if using mallow milk would ruin the recipe for the lapis lazuli. If I had to guess, it probably would. Can't just use milk instead of water in a magical recipe and expect it to turn out fine. Well, who knows? Maybe it's more potent. Instead of getting 5 lapis lazuli, I would get 6 blocks from one potion. Oh, that was meant for Vicar. That's fair. I'm trying to keep up with whatever the hell you kids are talking about. But very little of it makes sense. I don't think I have enough of chat visible to see where this conversation started or where the hell it could possibly be going. Alright, how much lapis is that? 25? How much lapis do I need for a block? 9. Do I only need the 3 blocks? That's where the real question comes from. Prismarine shards. And then some cyan dye. Prismarine shards I get from haunting lapis. I don't suppose to get those from anywhere else, do I? Nope, just haunting lapis? Alright, let's make some more lapis, I guess. Only have to make 1 more. Probably. Come on. I do think it's funny that Create Mod has things where it's like, sometimes you just kind of have to haunt blocks. Alright. Of course, that does mean I made way too much stuff. Let's go and haunt this. Alright, my lapis is on the haunter. Speaking of haunter, though, how do y'all feel about haunter, like the Pokemon? Gengar is a lot more popular, but honestly, I beat Pokemon Blue with a haunter. I just had no way to get a Gengar at the time. Ow, my cankles. Done it. I should have held on to one of those lapis. Let's go ahead and make another one, and we'll just pretend I didn't just screw up. Me screwing up? Never. What are you posting links to now, Vikar? Yoink. Set and see pronouns? Why would I need to set and see pronouns when I've already got this thing I can just leave up all the time? This wouldn't get in the way at all. In fact, that would be a funny thing to burn into somebody's screen. Alright. Why can't I seem to, let's just follow the recipe. Not that. That is something I have to make. That's going to take me a while. So this is a pure lapis crystal. Okay, automatic reconstructor. Easy peasy. They removed the miner's lens. Otherwise I could use this to pretty easily get like free diamonds and stuff. Yoink. Ow, my ankles. Put you here. And might as well put you here. Okay. Smack you there. 3. Now, I need cyan dye. Speaking of cyan, I wonder what Cyan Dog's up to. Boop. And throw you there. Hell yeah! Of course, that's like the easier part of the recipe. Also need to make a couple runes. Let's just use this chest for my important stuff. I never did move all this stuff. Alright, Rune of Water, Rune of Fire, Rune of Earth. I should already have one of each of those. No, I never made one for Earth. I made one for air. Do I need air? I do. Hell yeah. I'll look around a tiny bit to see if I don't already have one for Earth, but if I don't, I can just make one. It's probably not going to be cheap. Not that one. Over here. But I can. Fire, air. Oh yeah, I had more hot steel here as well. And tables, that's where my guns are. Some milk, no doubt, mallow milk. Fine, fine, I'll sit up. Whoop. Urgh. Also got to drink some of my warm energy drink. Gross. Should have consumed that while it was still cold. Hey you two, I don't suppose you've seen any magic runes around here, have you? Nope, I'm going to have to make it myself. Alright, Rune of Earth. It's pretty cheap. A block of charcoal, some smooth stone, mana powder, mana steel. I never did upgrade my mana production. So that's probably going to be a a bit of a hindrance. Test. Well, whatever you two did, I can't see it. Gotta make a block of charcoal. Let's go ahead and grab 9. Oh, I've already got charcoal here. Block of charcoal made. How does this pronouns thing you two are working on work? Like, where are they displayed? By the sounds of it, it probably isn't something that everybody would be able to see unless they also had the thing. As nice as it would be if Twitch just allowed you to display those things. By default, do I have iron on me? I totally fucking do. Alright. That does sound cool, but that also does sound like I said, something that you would need to have the add-on to work. Earth. Now I just need smooth stone and a mushroom. I should have a bunch of smooth stone somewhere. Are you stone? No, that's smooth stone, which I think is what I need. Unless I'm calling normal stone smooth. Yeah, I need normal stone. Dang it! Boop. I do have that as well, though. But I should have at least 1 mushroom. Yeah, alright, so it's a browser extension. Boom. Not enough mana. So let me go and grab some stuff to burn. Will you burn this? I need to go grab my wand anyway. Yeah, it'll burn it. Let's go ahead and smack this down here. Whoops. Alright, Pure Daisy is going to do its thing. I'm gonna go grab my wand. Woot woot. Let's make this rune. And then I have to make a rune of mana, which I have a sneaking suspicion is going to be expensive as fuck. But this is one of those things that I absolutely need to do. Oh yeah, I forgot I did this. I was playing around with the copycat stuff. You've probably already seen the other thing I was doing with the copycat. But since I'm going back there, I'll show it off anyway. The cat is lying on your keyboard. Yeah, cats be doing that. I do like magic mods, though. I wish Vintage Story had better magic mods, or I guess more of them. Of course, Vintage Story prides itself on being more realistic. How are you not burning more mana? Grab my living rock. Struggle to jump up here because I'm dumb. Alright, Runes of Earth. I need to grab more snacks. Oh yeah. Despite the fact that Avali are like pretty technologically based, mine are based in modded RimWorld, where my Avali was a necromancer. In fact, I even had the medieval RimWorld mod stuff, so there wasn't a lot of technology to be focused on in my Avali's defense. Oh yeah, I was putting this away. I found this, and I cleared a bunch of skulk from somewhere. I need to find out where my skulk crystals went. Not in here. I mean, surely the Avali had some sort of medieval stage. They didn't come out the cloaca with, like, electromagnets. Right, let's find out how to make a Rune of Mana now. Really curious about what? I sat up right after you did the posture check. I'm on top of things, kind of. Have you that? Eat it. Eat it! And while you consume that, let's find out how to make a Rune of Mana. Alright, so 5 Mana Steel. And then just one of those. So I was right that it's expensive, but I, for some reason, thought I was going to need a diamond. Do I have my Skulk crystals anywhere? Yeah, so basically, my Avali was a necromancer. Their sister was a cleric, which I really need to find a better name for, like, a healing-based mage that's not religious-based. Could just call him a healer, but that's kind of boring. There's got to be a better word. Yeah. Already cleared it. Let me see if I can't find it again. Browse. Yeah, here we go. So this is an art piece that I commissioned from Bitty Bat Arts on a Blue Sky of my Avali just animating some nondescript skeleton. Oh, here we go. Echo shards. Let's go make this magic thing. Oh, I should probably grab more iron as well. Whoop. I'll just grab a full stick. I think I only needed like 2, since I should still have 3 in my backpack, but this is who I am. Super organized. Right. Let that do its thing. I really should have made another one of these endo flames. Who would have thought that watching mana generate would be the bottleneck of this stream? Oh, Opal's meowing again. What are you two depressed kids up to? Come on, burn mana faster. I wish there was a way to speed it up. That is actually speeding it up. It is perhaps a bit wasteful, but it's working. And if it works, it's not stupid. Yes, burn faster. Burn faster. Alright. Gonna do that one more time, just because I will also need mana in there for the crafting of the rune. Alright. I do need some living stone, or living rock. Or do you think living stone is a better name? Could make Livingston, I presume, jokes. And I have. Basically every time living rock was brought up. Come on, burn! Burn! Might grab my wand. Hurry up. Presumably at this point you are the bottleneck. How do I encourage a magic flower to work its magic faster? Do it. Do it now. There we go. I can't be confident that that actually did anything. Alright, Rune of Mana get. Only the one though, so kinda sucks. Hopefully I don't need this for anything else in the future. Probably will. Alright, let's go and grab everything I need. Perfect. This thing. Terra Steel, whatchamacallit. Quest complete. Can you explain to me how this works? A small amount of Terra Steel is needed to make the reality frame, so it is time to catch up on Botania. Not going to actually explain what I need, though. Alright, how does this thing actually work? To get Terra Steel? Yes, that is going to require a lot of mana. Could move this. And put you there. I do need another Skulk. Yoink. Or Echo, whatever. 1 second. Was I muted that whole time? I don't think I was muted. Well, I hope y'all liked having your hearing while you did. Just blow out everyone's eardrums. That is one of the few positives. Actually, yes, there's a lot of positives. Especially if you actually know how to edit. I was muted. Sweet. I think it was over here. Boop. Might as well grab one more iron ingot, even though I could just pull it out of my backpack. Yoink. It's not full, and yet it's also not producing coke. Interesting. A lot of stuff does require babysitting, unfortunately. Alright. I don't actually know how this works. Like that? How does this work? I'm trying to make Terra Steel, which requires Mana Steel, Mana Pearl. Probably a lot more mana than I've got. Where's my wand? Yeah, that should be... Where's my Botania book? Can pick these up so that they're not lost, and see if I can't find my Botania book. Maybe it will help with this confusion. Well, here's an eccentric tome, which can be turned into the Botania Guide. Control. Terra Steel is a complex and useful magical alloy infused with ridiculous amounts of mana. Synthesizing it proves to be no small task. For starters, its creation requires a Terra Steel agglomeration plate placed over a checkerboard pattern of lapis lazuli blocks and living rock. Okay, so that was an important part of the construction. But you know what that means? We gotta make more lapis lazuli blocks. Unfortunately. Alright. Smack you back in there. Yeah, that's just the creation of that. Looks like I only need 4 lapis lazuli blocks, so that's Frog the best. Frog the best. I should really do something about my food situation. Also, how's the power production going? Let's eat some of the pork chops intended for power production, and throw those back. Alright, my inventory is a shit show. Buckets. You here? Yeah, that'll do. I don't think that I've got the attention span or willpower to ever do like one of those 100 days videos. Y'all know what I'm talking about. It's like I survived 100 days of RL Craft Hardcore. I mean, I probably wouldn't, but you know what I'm talking about. There are some cool mod packs out there that focus a lot more on like farming and cooking, which are two things that I really enjoy. If you look at my Vintage Story mod pack, everything but Rustbound Magic is farming and cooking based. Boom. Brr-pa-pow. Well, I do have no idea what you two are talking about. Most of my confusion comes from the fact that I'm putting 110% of my brain cells, like all 4 of them, into trying to make progress in this mod pack. Quickly, Vicar. What's 4 times 9? Quickly. Vicar, this is time sensitive. It's not that time sensitive. I don't know my 4 times tables. Yoink. I know it's not 27. In fact, it's probably about 9 more than that. But what could that possibly be? 36? That doesn't sound right. 67? That sounds even less right. 4 times 9 is 54. That sounds even less right. Although I suppose I did say that it's not 36. So we don't have that many other options. Yeah, I'm probably not going to be getting any femboy feet emotes from my streams. Or my channel anyway. I do need some Avali emotes. But I'm broke. I'm a broke-ass white NB who has no money. Which is where a lot of the being broke comes from. Oh, whoops. Alright. Oh, I've already got enough. Fuck yeah, let's go. Brr. Alright. Hell yeah. Put these away. Grab these back. Nope, I do need this. Probably put the jukebox away for now. And put this back as well. It is odd hearing the Minecraft soundtrack interlaced with the sound of fluorescent light bulbs. Alright, fine. I didn't want up there anyway. Might give me this as well. Fuck. I'm sure that won't break anything being there, but it wants a checkerboard pattern. It's getting a checkerboard pattern. Alright. Now is it complete? Hard to tell. Where's my Botania book? Or Shimmerrock. This block then needs to be provided with mana. Sparks being the most efficient mode of transfer. Tossing 1 mana steel ingot, 1 mana steel diamond, and 1 mana steel each upon the plate will begin the infusion. All mana transfused to the plate is lost. It doesn't seem to be transferring any mana currently, though. Is the issue. Probably because there's not nearly enough in there. Probably gonna have to spend like a week and a half of my own time off stream trying to figure out how to generate enough mana to do this. Let's see here, mana sparks. Blaze powder. And gold nuggets. I think I've got blaze rods somewhere, actually. I do. Let's find out how these work. Alright. Break you into parts. What color dye did it say that I need? Or not dye. I guess any flower petal will do. What do I have the most of? Seems like orange. Orange is what I have the most of. There we go. Put these back. And I need gold nugs. Must focus. Shift into maximum overdrive. Brr. Alright. Sparks. Sparks can be dyed with dye. Sparks with different colors will never interact. They can also be splashed with a bit of phantom ink to make them highly translucent. Do you think it'll look too obtrusive? Now, sparks are interesting things from a combination of raw energy and mana. They can be placed only on a few specific mana-containing or accepting blocks, notably mana pools. Certain blocks have the ability to harness mana from sparks, but this also uses... But they uses are sparse. Placing a spark over a mana pool and another over a nearby block that will accept it will allow the latter to access the former's reserves on demand. To remove a spark, simply sneak right-click with the Wand of the Forest, regular right-clicking, blah blah blah. Alright, so I need one over my thing and then one over my mana pool. But that does not change the fact that I don't think I've got enough mana to do basically anything. Alright, spark 1, spark 2. It's begun! And my mana pool is already empty. If I didn't trust those to not despawn, I would just leave them there. There we go, I've got more blocks of coke. Burn, baby, burn. We're doing it. Whatever that is. Honestly, the most expensive thing in there is the diamond. If those things despawned, I would probably just cheat in another one. Some liminality. How are you doing? What does that say? Forgotten poet? I used to write poetry. I haven't written anything since 2021. But that probably still counts. Just poet is fine. Alright. I go by storyteller, but honestly, I'm not even a storyteller. I used to be a poet. Let's keep pumping this full of time in a bottle. I've got a bit of stored time in here. It's been so long since I've played Botania without. Oh, it's already out. One moment. I somehow missed part of your Twitch messages because I'm stupid. I see Botania. And Terra Steel. Yes, I am currently... Whoops. I'm on chapter 4. I'm around here. I made the arc furnace, which I still don't know how to use, but that sounds like a later problem. I also have a centrifuge, and some of this carpet stuff that I need to power it. I don't have this yet, because I haven't figured out the arc furnace just yet. This seems daunting. Like, what the hell is any of this stuff? Inscriber? That's not that expensive. Doesn't change that I don't know how to use any of it. Sounds like a later problem to me. Alright, let's go ahead and try to keep feeding this thing mana. Oh yeah, it's going through those fast. The arc furnace is very loud. Well, mine is awfully quiet. I'm not using it yet, because I don't know how it works. What time is it? Oh, it's already 6:09. I am unlikely to succeed in this before I have to stop streaming, so I can look up at a guide on how the arc furnace actually works between streams. Oh, come on. I never developed a system for generating more mana, so this is what we're putting up with for now. I wish there was a way to see what progress it does. Or, not what kind of progress it does, what kind of progress it's on. Like, how much more mana this thing needs. My guess is a lot. You can with the mana goggles? I had the monocle. The monocle or whatever. I lost it. I lose most things. I'll show you what kind of storage I'm working with if I ever get this working. Most of my storage is just placed in random barrels around the base. But I've got some things actually stored. In Pocket Dragon, I'm not a sir, and yes, I'm using a single Endo Flame. And come on, Pocket Dragon, you should know this by now. Your streamer's pronouns are they, them, theirs. Alright, what else can I throw in there? Did they despawn? I had a feeling they were going to. I'll figure that out later. Alright, so I'm just going to cheat in some Terra Steel, because that should have worked if I wasn't being stupid. Most of my storage is just in random barrels. It's why I can never find anything. But I've got a few things automatically being produced. Namely, buckets of lava to feed my steam engine. Over here I've got it set up to where once I've got a certain amount of lava, it turns off, so it's not currently going. But if I disable that, you can see that the buckets feed themselves in a loop using these frogs, which I find deeply amusing. There's probably a better way to do that. It's not how I'm doing it. Oh, whoops. Alright, 20 buckets. I think its capacity is 20 buckets. No, its capacity is not 20 buckets. So over here, I've got a frog named Superstore, which accepts all of my stuff. Quite a bit of things in here aren't being automated, but the majority of this stuff here is being automated. And if I come over here to this Raven, who is currently my stock keeper, you can see all the stuff I've got. Like over 1,000 rice, 1.4 thousand red mushroom colonies. And if I need anything, like say a single raw chicken, which is the only raw chicken I have, I can hit request, and it comes over here from Superstore into the requests chest, and if I don't want it, I send it back. And so that one just sends it back to Superstore. Ravens are pretty easy to summon. That being said, I don't remember the recipe. Will you turn into a Summoning 101? Yes. So over here in Basic Summoning, maybe it's not in here. Index. Oh, I guess it's not in that one. Maybe it's in Ars Ecclesia. Let me go find that. It's been a while since I've made a sacrifice to my dark god anyway. I'm not doing a sacrifice, but I'm doing a prayer. I think in here, critters. So ravens are small black birds that spawn in forests, but you can also summon them yourself, using a soul shard and a feather, and just some beetroot seeds. That being said, all ravens do is drop feathers everywhere that are going to clog up your inventory. I summoned a couple of them, hoping that they would at least caw, you know, make some noise here in the back rooms. They don't do that. But this one does act as my stock ticker, so at least it's employed. Egg indeed. Yes, it's Eidolon. Well, you probably see me flapping around. There's a couple reasons. I'm a small bird, called the Navali. But more than anything, I'm cheating. And I gave myself a raven cloak. Just because I like being able to jump around. Oh, so here's Mallow. It's a different mod entirely. It's by Noitz, I want to say, the YouTuber. And well, you cannot milk Mallow with the basic mod. We have a script running, so Mallow's become milkable. She also barks and whines. It's just some weird degenerate shit. Also, here's my two sniffers. I didn't trap them in the corner, they did that themselves. But all they do is walk around making depressed noises. So I've not freed them yet. Here's my original house, where I play chess with myself. That's not entirely true. But I did want to see if you could promote pawns, and you totally can, so that's just a fully working chessboard. There's my bathtub. Here's these 2 sacks, because it has you craft them for a quest in the beginning. And so I never moved them. Here's a chest that says, banned from Twitch. I'm not going to explain that. But it's full of milk. Over here's my sugarcane farm, because back in the day, I was using folded cardboard for basically everything. Like folded cardboard, ow. Cardboard is great for smelting stuff. Here's my industrial hemp farm, which I don't need anymore. Also, it does not look like I fully replanted it either, because I was just using it to insulate some wire. I don't know if it does. That requires some testing. How do I... New game. I don't actually remember how to do en passant. Oh yeah, white has to act first. And then black. Boom. It is cool that it won't let you make illegal moves, though. So you could teach yourself how to play chess using that. Here's my super tiny smeltery. I've been meaning to expand this for like 100 years now, but I probably never will. Just go ahead and throw my 3 toasters in there. And see what I get from my toasters. Yeah. Over here is my, whatever the fuck this thing is, my mixer. There used to be something here. R.I.P. Protogen. Yeah, there are no Protogen mods to my knowledge. Also, I made one too many sparks. Could just drink this mellow milk bucket. Over here, I've got this fudge corner, where we're using basic liquid tank full of mallow milk to automatically make fudge. Not super automated. The mushroom farm was just kind of a placeholder. That's what I was using to age my, what is it? Rich soil. So I was breaking compost down into rich soil over there. And so that's just kind of what was left over. I'll probably use all of that in the future for some other farm, since there's still stuff I want to automate. Over here's my pig cruelty nexus. The plan is to expand it, which is why there's still room here. I was going to have chickens and sheep as well. So let's go and throw those in there. And so when I do take the carrots out, it sends a request order from Superstore, so it's on its way to do that now. That right there should be a bunch of carrots. Boom, there we go. And it's back to full of carrots. So I'm basically just entity cramming to get pork, because cooked pork chops are a good source of energy. It's probably running low. Yeah, I'm out. But a single cooked pork chop produces 12,800 RF, whatever the fuck that is. Oh, I'm super amused by the frog ports. I even added vibrant vaults so that I could dye them. Probably saw that requests was black, and then returns is green. Just adds a bit of color. Oh, here's my picnic basket. You know what's funny? Is that sweet berry meatballs are quite a bit harder to make than cooked pork chop, but they don't give you that much more RF. I guess 16,000 is a decent amount more. I was going to say that it doesn't add up, but berries are basically useless, so no, that adds up. It's pretty useful to do it. Yeah, I don't use vaults unless it's for silly things like this, just moving stuff. Cause whoops, here I've got the igneous, extruder, and producing cobblestone, which in multiples of 16 come through here, get crushed up into gravel, get crushed up into sand, get haunted, spat back out, and then washed. And so here's my automatic gold nugget farm, and I'm getting a couple of other things for it as well. I can actually send some of this to Superstore. I just can't leave this on, otherwise stuff ends up getting super, backed up. Because if I come over here, you can see that I'm obviously spawning stuff in, like a cheater, but as long as I'm still having fun, it's fine. So stuff like this, I can hold 32 stacks, because I've got this storage upgrade 5, which I cheated in, but I've also got the void upgrade, meaning the frog port should be able to accept stuff, and then even though it goes over, it will be deleted. But I don't think the mod pack knows that, because if the drawer is full, even though it should still be able to accept it, it just kind of clogs up the frog port in a way that it shouldn't. Your rust base is being raided? Oh yeah, so that reminds me, in Hollow Knight Silk Song, I did finally find the crust nut. That's not important, but it is something I did off stream, so I figured I would bring it up, because I won't remember to bring it up when I'm actually playing Hollow Knight. Oh, this is out. No, I could just use these buckets. So this is actually not even very good. But if I do show recipes, not tree oil. So for 1 bucket of refined oil, which is a pain in the ass to make, I get 1.5 million RF. So as annoying as this oil is to make, it's really good. It's probably why I've got 19 point almost 9 million whatever FE is. So my power stuff is sorted. The reason I need so much of that is because I will eventually be building the reality frame. And it costs a lot to power this thing up. Okay, it only requires 100,000 CF. But I don't know how CF and FE transfer, or translate. That being said, my stuff did despawn before I could turn it into a terrasteel ingot. Which is fair, I was being stupid about it. But also still really annoying. So I'm just gonna come in here. Oh my goodness, it succeeded! Now I think this is only useful to me in chunks anyway. FE is forge energy. Alright, so how does FE translate into crystal flux? It is interesting that all of these mod energies will just kind of accept anything as whatever. Look, I've got all this forge energy. I can move that light oil over. Keep opening my inventory because I'm stupid and unorganized. Put that there. That'll suck out the light oil. I can take the heavy oil, put that there. It'll convert the heavy oil into more light oil. Not a whole lot more light oil. Yoink. Fe is generic, used by mods that want to be compatible with others. Crystal Flux is mod specific. Not a lot of stuff uses Crystal Flux, mind. My coffee pot does. Coffee maker. I should plug all that back in. Although I do think I stopped farming coffee beans. Depending on how many coffee beans I've got saved up from back when I was growing those, will determine whether or not it's worth doing. If I can find my coffee beans. Oh, sweet. That's a lot of jerky. Only have 512 coffee beans, which sounds like a lot. But in the grand scheme of things, that's actually not that many coffee beans. Anyway. How the hell does this work? Arc furnace, which does produce slag, so I need a lead ingot. I gotta power up one of these. Why can't you be powered up in a way that's normal? Alright, let's go ahead and make a couple of those. Cat has successfully gotten to the login screen. Well, are you going to set your cat up with a profile? Coffee does, except to boost ingredients. I know that coffee is very good. I did not figure out if there was a specific reason you can't add milk or sugar. But also, who needs coffee? If you looked inside of that picnic basket, I think I forgot to pick up again. I'm pretty loaded on food. But yeah, I already found the end portal. Which is why I decided I needed to see this through and actually get the hell out of here. Liminal Industries version. It's only prompted me once to update the mod pack. And I ignored it. I would have to check the AT launcher. And that's the mod pack thing, not the pirate, whatever. Alright, so if the last one is 18, I'm the one before that. What happened to my infinite water source? It's not very infinite. I don't remember this taking so long. There we go. Complain and you shall receive. Whoops. Oh well, I was done with that anyway. Put you back down. There we go. I'll put it back. It doesn't hurt me there. Now I need to make stone buttons. Mallow probably ate the water source. I don't know why, but Mallow does that. Alright, what am I doing? Not that. I'm working towards that. So I need lead. Confusing powder, which I could definitely use more of. I'm trying to make this. Which is snowball, gray dye, cobblestone, and a stone button. What a specific set of stuff to need. Put my fridge there. Some melon and whatnot seeds. I need this cobblestone. I think I need 2 smooth stone to make the button. And then gray dye is going to be... Well, Mallow's not able to reach any of my wire. So technically Mallow is safer now. Of course, Mallow is also just kind of tied up over here. Stone button, get. Might as well make a second one. Also have to find out what I did with all of those crystals. As my game starts to lag. Yeah. That is how I made blue ice. So pretty early on, huge pain in the ass, I was collecting snowballs so that I could make this, or packed ice. And I was making the packed ice... Oh, I moved it. I made a bunch of blackstone, is basically all I'm getting at here. Mallow, are you having fun? Yeah, Mallow looks like they're enjoying themselves. It is interesting that they cannot teleport around if they're tied up. Mallow's basic behavior is to teleport to follow you around. Oh yeah, I was looking for those crystals. I'm going to have to stop streaming soon, so I really have to stop getting distracted. Not those ones. Alright, is this the one that's just flint? Oh, burp. Burp. Oh, it's iron. It's not that cheap, not that expensive. If I was iron, here we go. I'll just make 12. I'll forget 6 in my pocket. Oh, well, I committed to this. Boom. This thing is actually really energy efficient. Alright. You here. I don't think order particularly matters. And I also need grey dye, which unfortunately does mean I'm going to have to break into my flower pouch again. Start tearing stuff up. Specifically, these things. Boom. Grey dye get. My kingdom for like better inventory management skills. Put you here. What else do I need? Cobblestone. I need another stone, but I can make another stone button. Get black dye from carpet dust. It's been a while. Do I have a Discord server? No. People keep asking me to make a Discord server, so I plan to. But the problem is that I'm stupid. Black dye. I can get it from dust, or carpet dust. I still need to make the thing that automatically vacuums up dust. I put it on the to-do list, but I didn't for some reason. Probably just going to fall back on the I'm stupid excuse. It's not the most original excuse, but it is true. Could I have used black dust to make this? Or black dye? That seems to have wanted grey. Yeah, it's kind of like that, oh, nickel! That's where all that comes from. Does anybody know... Never mind, I found some. I was going to say, does anybody know what I did with my lead? Alright, where's my carpet? Or not carpet. Here we go. I don't even think this is going to work. Lead. Alright, don't do anything until I get everything loaded in here. Yes, yes. It's powered. Probably not doing it right. Maybe I need another graphene electrode. Which would be fine. But I don't know where all my coke is. If I could get... That's not going to be nearly enough coke. If I could get somebody to set up the Discord server for me, I'll try to do that. Just somebody with more than 2 brain cells. I do need 3 graphite electrodes. Alright. That's what I'm trying to make more of. Where's all my wood? Dark oak logs. I'd rather not waste dark oak like this. Oh. When and why was I making glass? Oh yeah, so what do you think of my, bulk smelter cooker? Did I read your previous message? Maybe. Let me pull that up. I really need a second monitor. Crispy. I think I can get technical stuff set up for Satu, but I can't do proper moderation of trolls. Yeah, I'd imagine 90% of my early channel adopters will be trolls. Simply because I'm like 3 different flavors of queer. I'm just gonna get jerks coming in. It's like, oh, you're non-binary? What does that mean? And I'm like, if it helps, just think of me as like 31 bad ideas and a really stupid hat. Boop. Yoink. I really like these basic fluid tanks. I wish I'd discovered them sooner. Yeah. I am an aromantic, asexual, agender. NB, AAA. That being said, I tend not to use the terms aromantic or agender because I don't like the flags. That yellow stripe on the non-binary flag is on thin fucking ice, but I just don't like warm colors. Come on. Quickly. Rapidamente, por favor. No peastiquitos. Ole need vitun vasanut. Wee. Oh yeah, I don't think I showed off my house. Sheep, get down from there. How'd you even get up here? Alright, just don't hurt yourself, I suppose. So all I've got right now is a kitchen. It's not even a very good kitchen. But it's got storage. It's got a bed up on the wall for some reason. There were more kegs here. This one has cut carpet because it was making more dirt. The normal way. Whew. The sheep is fine. The sheep and chickens are lucky that I'm super lazy because I need to make entity crammers for them as well. Oh, I don't have a storage in here for raven feathers yet. There we go. Brr. Inside is for nerds. That being said, inside is also very fun. I think once you have like 70 insight, you are plagued by the constant sound of like an infant crying. But that's just Baby Margot. Everybody loves Baby Margot. I feel like that was working for a second. And now it's not working again. On a storage input. Have you tried placing your backpack on a storage input into the drawer? What? What do you mean? Whoops. That doesn't seem to have actually pulled anything out. Although I'm probably not doing it correctly. That's what I should do. I should do a Let's Play of Bloodborne. Don't look at my YouTube channel, because you'll see that I've already done 4 Let's Plays of Bloodborne. But what's another 4 more? Wait, come on. They should really remaster Bloodborne or something. Not to sound like a basic bitch, but Bloodborne is probably my favorite From Software game. I've actually got family in Blackpool, England, and I'd imagine that Yarnum is pretty much what that's like. Are a volley edible? See, a volley have ammonia-based blood, like instead of water. So even if people could eat them, I can't imagine they would be palatable. But that being said, Mayavali specifically isn't even alive. This thing is undead, just kind of held together by necromancy. But also, like, it is the necromancer. So something like a pseudo-lich. The lore runs deep. There actually have been recipes that call for ammonia, but, like, not large amounts of it. Oh yeah, I gotta crush this first. Eventually I'm going to get caught in my own crushing wheels and die. I'll just be able to loot my own corpse. But I'm surprised it hasn't happened yet. Coke dust. Not that. Or that. Let's swap these out. Although this is going to make another 2... whatchamacallit? Graphite rods. Fizzle. I'm glad that I can produce that sound whenever I want. Alright, I can break this up. Alright, so it's kind of working. Boom. That was pretty much a waste. I don't know who let me do this. Alright, let's see if this actually kicks it on. Oh, fuck, that is loud. I also need to power this with something. Put in the folded cardboard for now. Beautiful. I really need to figure out how to get this to my other system. Look at it go. Where's the thunder coming from? Poor arc furnace has weak stream. And it's done. Alright. I'm going to need to make quite a bit more of these. Where's my quest book? Quest book. Alright, fluid tank. 4 of those. I definitely have fluid tanks somewhere. I hope. It's like I can't craft another fluid tank, but I feel like I've crafted 700 fluid tanks. And I know where like 8 of those actually are. Do I have any fluid tanks in here? No. Oh, I do have some copper sheet. Which I think is what I need to make fluid tanks. A fluid tank. Yeah, it's just a copper casing. But like I said, I've made a bunch of them. Where are they? What have I done with my fluid tanks? I'd imagine this is easy to watch. Hello, Warlock Turtle. No, I definitely have fluid tanks. I think I recently saw 10 of them in a chest somewhere. But where was that? Weep. Also, I could have been hallucinating, so who knows? I do actually get visual hallucinations, but only just before, or like just after, just before falling asleep, or just after waking up. It's kind of neat, because sometimes the spiders or shadows on the ceiling will remain for a tiny bit, even after you sit up and shine a flashlight on them. Alright, fine. Making another thickened fluid tank. If I can remember how to make a copper casing. Oh wait, no, I have 8 of them right there. Boom! Yeah, usually just like beach ball sized spiders, which is weird because I'm not even afraid of spiders. But I'll also occasionally just see like shapeless shadows moving around. Whoop. Alright. But you hear? Not like that. Or apparently like that. Dang it! Me accidentally clearing the grid. There we go. I don't know if it's obvious, but I'm very stupid. Alright, let's see if I've got any carpet dust left. Only 2, which is not enough to do what I want to do. Should be string in here. Yep. A string. Alright. Should probably have a weapon ready in case I accidentally get out some whatchamacallums. Eat my last kipper snack. It's not enough food. I'm gonna break out the big guns. Grab a bowl of stuffed pumpkin. Alright. Start sweeping the carpet. Already got a couple. Silverfish. Whoops. Come at me, scrub lords. I'm down here. I'll have to go back and get them later. Look at him just walking around. Not going to lie, early Liminal Industries sucked when you were just sweeping the carpet trying to get silverfish eggs to make food. Oh, rude. Where'd it go? It bit me and then it exploded into particles. Which is funny. Ow. I'd better get down here. Whoops. I wasn't actually using that belt for anything, but whoops. Indeed. Pyrolyzer, not you. Right, let that do its thing. I only really need 2 more strange powder. Of course, I'm going to need quite a lot more of this reality alloy. I need 91 of them. Each one of these requires a spatial pylon. That's a tiny bit absurd. Data chip. Memory card. Looks like I have to figure out how this thing works anyway. The inscriber. Not you. Why are you full? Oh no, you're the fractioning still. Let's go ahead and pop this over here. Go ahead and grab this. Where'd my tank go? There it is. Okay, so real quick. Anybody know how I ended up with this? It's creosote oil, but if you look at that dark shade, that's not the same type of creosote. Because the creosote that we use, that's not a good example. The real creosote is like this lighter brown shade. So it's the same thing, but it's like some weird, unusable, darker version. And I don't know where it came from. It could be from a different mod, but that doesn't explain what happened, like how I ended up with it. I don't even know how to get rid of it. So I just have it tucked in a corner, where it can't hurt anybody ever again. Hell yeah. I got what I need. Let's go ahead and power this up, and then I unfortunately do have to call the stream soon. Okay, so the reason I set this up is because this requires an absurd amount of power. But it will be worth it. Eventually. sometime this week. I mean, visually this looks cool. Getting in the way. I do think doing this between every use is going to be a tiny bit annoying. Look at it just sucking away my power. I still have 21 million, but that's not the point. I'm going to have to figure out how to actually make Terra Steel without cheating it in. I mean, I was in the process of trying to make Terra Steel, but it despawned, so I need to be doing it quite a bit faster and smarter than I was. Damn, this thing is still going. Hell yeah. Boom. Reality charge. They work fast. I do also have infinite mana generation going on over here. Not infinite mana, infinite lava. I don't know how I'd pump it out, but I can also take one of my basic fluid tanks. Smack it right there. As you can see, my lava generator has kicked back on. And then boom. Oh dang, I actually drained the entire thing. Before you know it, this thing will have... There's a slug over there in my cogs. Before you know it, this thing will have 32 buckets of lava in it. What is the name of the lava flower? She here. Functional flora. Tiger's eye. No. Generating flora. That's probably what I'm looking for here. To generate a blast of mana. TNT. That sounds hilarious. Munch do. Best done on other living materials. We'll eat any nearby leaves and convert them into mana. That doesn't sound very helpful. Thermalily. Yep, lava-flavored counterpart to the hydrangeas. Needs a bit of time to cool down before it can produce any more. Anywhere from 20 seconds to a full 5 minutes. Dial how long the most recent cooldown period lasts using a redstone comparator. Produces using its active phase is extremely high, blah blah blah. Rune of Fire, Rune of Earth. That won't be too expensive to make. In fact, I already have a Rune of Earth. So I'd need to make another Rune of Fire. But I might do that between streams. What does the slug do? The slugs just drop slime balls periodically, the same way the ravens just drop feathers. But since the slugs drop normal slime balls, while the ravens drop raven feathers, the slugs are infinitely more useful. That being said, I don't use that many slime balls. Tea or coffee? I prefer tea between the two of them. But I drink a lot of Monster Energy because I hate myself. How you pigs doing? You ready for the entity crammer? I don't need to jump up here. What am I doing? Oh dang, I've got no inventory for more carrots. There you guys go. Don't they love entity cramming? I'm pretty picky about tea. My favorite tea is Earl Grey, but it's gotta be like a good brand. Like Bergalow Earl Grey is good. Whatever the hell Twinings is. Twinings has gotta be the weakest tea ever made. Not a fan. Let's put this here so I don't lose it. That being said, if I do already have a reality frame by the start of next stream, just assume I cheated. Which is a horrible way to end a video. It's not like I haven't cheated before, I just usually cheat with absurd stuff. Like how I gave myself kelp, and then proceeded to not actually do anything with it. Like if I come out here with my fishing... Damn, this thing is slow. Anyway, there's kelp growing in here, and there is no way to get kelp in this mod pack. At least not in the back rooms. 0 milligrams? More a hassle with the swapping foods. Well, it's not like I don't have the resources to make a good amount of foods. And kelp tea. Oh yeah, so one of the perks about being in a volley is that if you see this 1 block gap, I can just crouch under it. Fun stuff. And if I come over here to stock ticker, I've got 2.4 thousand cabbage, 5.5 thousand tomatoes, 3,000 carrots, 1.5 thousand brown mushroom colonies, 1.5 thousand red mushroom colonies, bunch of pork, some squid, more squid. I should have more fish than this, but I've not been moving it over. 188 rotten tomatoes. That's too many rotten tomatoes. So yeah, I've got the resources I would need to feed the plant, food plant. I just gotta sort out my mana generation so that I'm not super tempted to cheat in more Terra Steel. What is it? Did Timmy fall down a well? Okay, it's a brush. Mallow, kill it! And like that, my brush is broken. I need to make the vacuum. Vacuumulator. Oh, that's why I needed an echo shard. 10 ingot. Redstone servo, which is just iron and redstone. I don't know where my tin is. I think this is nickel. Yeah, that's nickel. I just made a bunch of tin. And then I'm like, I should not convert it all into copper. Or brass. That being said, I have since lost it. So, who knows? Not in there. I suppose that's an easy enough recipe that even if I make it between streams, there should be the assumption that I didn't cheat it in, I suppose. I never did find out what to do with the charger. Where is my tin? Nope, that's all just milk. Here's my tin. I need 4 of those. Let's go and grab some redstone, make a servo. Do I still have that glass? Yes, I do. In fact, it's one of the first things in my inventory, just yelling at me. I gotta hurry up and make it, though. I think my housemate's waking up. Is it 1 iron and 2 redstone, or 2 iron and 1 redstone? Gotta go fast. It's housemate o'clock. Boop-a-doo. Iron. Servo made. I've got shit in my pockets. Alright, you here. Vacuumulator. Hopper. If I was one of the hoppers I already made, what would I be? Couldn't just steal it from you. Oh, thank you for the raid, Goshawk, with a party of 4. I suppose while that is the nice thing to do with my housemate waking up, I can't possibly end streaming now. So let's continue what we're doing. Welcome to the channel. I would like to say this is where the magic happens. And while there are magic mods in this mod pack, I don't have nearly as much time as I would like to focus on them. Con's the top of cabinet. What? Hello, Goshawk. What were you just streaming? Asking the normal questions. Does anybody know what I'm looking for? I suppose if I don't know what I'm looking for, then nobody else would. Boom. Thank you, Vicar. I have given a shout out in the past, but I've also forgotten how to do that since then. I think it's just / shout out. Boom. Alright. So you here. You here. Getting over it? Oh, that Bennett Foddy game? I think I would also definitely lose my mind. So I'm sure you couldn't have been doing that poorly. How's the stream going? Our stream's going alright. We're currently trying to escape the back rooms. I'm over here on chapter 4, and there are only 5 chapters. And as you can see, I'm almost done with this chapter. But then chapter 5 is full of a lot of really confusing things. Like divide by 0. Can I pick up divide by 0? I need broken data chip. So yeah, I'm trying to craft a reality frame, which is probably not going to be done anytime soon, unfortunately. Vacuumulator. Oh, it doesn't even seem to actually need to be plugged in. Nobody's redeemed posture check in a while. Also, thank you for the follow, Star Surge. Picks up nearby things from the area. Keep those floors clean. Maybe this isn't even what I was trying to craft. Let's go and break it and move it. And then look at the book. Getting over it looks interesting. My issue with a lot of games, because some of my viewers are trying to get me to stream an indie game called Scav Prototype, was that I'm just really dumb. Alright. Somewhere in here is a quest called Automatic Sweeping. Alright, Vacuumulator is what it wants me to make. And I just got 10 free carpet dust from doing that. Let's try powering it with time and see if anything actually happens. Nope. Augmentation, nothing. Filter configuration will apply to this behavior. Pick things up from nearby area. I don't get it. Does this thing not actually vacuum? Yeah, apparently it just picks stuff up off the floor. But, like, I can do that. I don't know. I might have just been ripped off. That wasn't that expensive to craft, but echo shards aren't the easiest thing to come by. Opal, are you a vacuum? Vacuumulator. What I was hoping this would do is that it would automatically sweep the floor for me. Unless the intention is that I use a deployer. Holding a broom. Oh yeah, Fallout New Vegas is my favorite of the Fallout games. It's been a while since I've played it, though. Was somebody in the old world blues a vacuum, or is this another NPC? just gonna pick up this roast chicken. Just because it's there. $1. Oh, I need a bowl to eat this. Boom. A plate of roast chicken. Do you want some chicken? Just make eye contact. Just collecting empty bowls. Well, I thought New Vegas mostly had, like, bisexual memes. Thank you for the follow, Gosshawk. Speaking of Goss, though, I should really get around to making a, whatchamacallit, railgun. Gender-neutral entity. Well, that does sound fun. Does also sound like I need to replay New Vegas, because I don't remember this character. Yeah, Mallow? I suppose, since I'm just going around, I can try making a rune of fire. Excuse me. Netherite brick, nether wart. Boom. Would be easier if I wasn't so short. Oh yeah, I moved that. Which means I can easily just move it back. No big deal, no sweat off my brow. Right, you there. Does look like I need more magic dust. Not the hardest thing to acquire. Boom. Come on, pick it up. Gunpowder, which I'm going to have to find, since my inventory management is so good. Couldn't grab you. I only need one of these, but alright. Ah, one of you found the reactions button. Wonder what reacts are for. I know that you can, like, hype channels that you enjoy. I'm not entirely sure how that works either. Honestly, if YouTube wanted to hype people up, they would play fewer ads. At least on Twitch, I can configure the amount of ads that I've got playing. I have it set up to where it's 3 minutes of ad every hour, and the only reason I've got it that high is because otherwise I would get pre-roll ads. And that sounds like really annoying. Come on. Rapidamente, por favor. No plastiquitos. Oh yeah, I think I got distracted. So I've got more copycat panels over here where I've just kind of caked mud onto the wall. It's not that interesting, but it's what I did. I said earlier that I would show it off, but I don't think I ever did. I think I came over here and had already forgotten by the time I was in this area. Alright. Oh yeah. Whip. I'm not entirely sure where the gunpowder I've already got came from. There's some clay balls. Oh damn, I am running low on gunpowder. Alright. Do I have my Wand of the Forest? I do. And I've got some living rock. Everything is coming up Melhouse. Boom. Wait, I need you on top. Alright. Runes of Fire, get. Okay, one Rune of Fire. I need my rune of earth, and then I need multiple colors of flower. The things we do for larger amounts of mana. Throw you in here. Actually, no, I don't think I do this here. I think I do this in the mana thing. Double check. Yes. Oh, what are these? It's a generating flower. Looks a tiny bit expensive, though. What is a Gaia Spirit? If I could get my hands on one of those, it would be really obvious that I'm cheating. Alright. No buckets. Darn it, I don't have a water source over here anymore either. This is why I'm not out of the back rooms yet. Yank. I'm just so organized. I'll slap you there. Do want you and you. Open you back up. 1 red, 2 orange. Pretty affordable. Red and orange. Must shift into maximum focus mode. Whoops. Just over here trying to put something in the output. Alright, now I need a seed. I don't know if this will work. Rice seed. It's just a grain of rice. Yes, it will work. Mercifully. Alright. Being said, I'm not entirely sure how I plan to set this up. I kind of set up in a pretty small place. Can I plant this on stone? I wonder. No, I can't. That's fine. Yoink. I've got dirt, I just don't know where. What's my favorite song? That is a great question. I like 6 Feet Thunder from the Crypt of the Necrodancer Amplified DLC. That's a good song. Another good one, but much slower, is Power of Celtics by Infected Mushroom. Oh, it's also a pretty decent song. Boom. As a rule of thumb, though, I really just listen to bad EDM. And I guess some good EDM. I didn't say that Rambling Through the Avenues of Time was my favorite song. I just said that that was my favorite song by Flight of the Conchords. And it is a good song. Now, as a rule of thumb, I don't listen to a lot of music with lyrics. If I am listening to music with lyrics, I can't be doing a whole lot of other things. Because I am really easily distracted. Alright. How do I make mana spreaders? Mana spreader. That's relatively cheap. I should still have living wood somewhere. Not on my person, apparently. I've got a good idea where I can check. I can't remember. Is tomorrow supposed to be a Deltarune stream or Hollow Knight? I think Deltarune. Which is fine. But the entire stream is probably just going to be one fight over and over again. But you know, it happens. It happens to the best of us. Living wood, let's fucking go. No, so Deltarune spoilers. Imminent. Come on, give me this. No, I don't want the whole block. There we go. But I'm currently fighting a boss in Chapter 3 because I need another Dark Crystal. I guess I don't need it, but I want it. I also want to kill Rules Card, but that's separate. It's just something else I want to do. Have you met Rules Card? Nah, he's not that bad. He's just really annoying. Alright. That should automatically be pointed in the right direction. Yep, Thermal Lily. Now, how do I get the lava over here? It would be nice if I could just put the tank down and it will automatically consume from it. You've not met Rules Card? I think you'd like him. He is a dumbass, though. My cankles. Yoink. Alright. My poor, poor cankles. I don't suppose you can just eat from that, can you? No? Alright. What if I go to bucket mode? Why can't I place lava here? There we go. Gonna eat it, or does it have to be on the same level as you? Okay, let's bring it up one level. Ice doesn't melt, does it? I can use ice for the, Eat it. Eat the lava. Does it have to be poured on you? How does the Thermal Lily actually work? I just broke my Thermal Lily. Which I'm not surprised happened. If I lost it being stupid, it doesn't count as lost. Maybe, if it's like a half slab. Or possibly it needs to be in this corner. Let's actually use the right tool. What is your range, Thermal Lily? The Thermal Lily is even the right one that I want, yeah? Yep. Blah blah blah. After absorbing one block of lava, the flower will produce mana continually for around 30 seconds afterwards. Blah blah blah. Long how the cooldown works. Where does the lava need to be? Where do you want the lava? Alright, so putting it here did work. Kind of annoying. Not a whole lot of places I can put that. I wish there was a way to easily and automatically deploy that there. Oh, what's the spark doing? I guess it is currently unpaired. That's probably what the spark is doing. Not what I'm trying to do. Are you consuming the lava but not actually generating mana? Alright, well that's something we have to be careful of, apparently. Oh, but what is your obsession with things being sexy and little? Oh, you're biting a bed tabletop. What's happening on my end? I'm just kind of screwing around. I was recently raided on Twitch. I can't prove or disprove that any of the raiders are still here. But as they just showed up, I figured it would go on for a little bit longer. If my housemate is awake, he's not left his room yet. I really have to organize my inventory. Insulated wire. And cobblestone. Ice I have for some reason. All this dye. Oh, hell yeah. Silverfish eggs. Forgot your meds. Despite the fact that I have very obvious ADHD. And was prescribed something in the past. I can't remember what anymore. I don't medicate my ADHD. I'm just freeballing it. Raw dogging life with no attention span. That being said, what was I doing? I need to make more cold coke. So I think I was just trying to clear out my inventory slightly. That will do. That will do, pig. That will do. I need to set up an automatic tree farm so that I can make charcoal a little bit more easily than how I am doing it. Which requires nonsense in crafting. Let's put you back up here. Just for the ease of making this stuff. In fact, I don't know why it doesn't just automatically place it in one of my pockets. It's like, oh, put that in the hotbar. You know where I don't want it. I could probably automate the crafting of these as well. But it would require a lot more space and brain power than I actually have. Alright, now for the fun part of just watching stuff boil. Boom. I wish there was a way to do this faster. Why can't I have more of them, I suppose? I don't know if speeding up the fan actually speeds up the process. I don't think it does. It might. Somebody explain create mod to me. Are you still here, Star Surge? How does create mod work? Yeah, Mallow. Yoink. I never did find those bamboo, wind chimes again, which is unfortunate, because I do actually want those, and I can't craft them. Come on, block of bamboo, bake faster. When this one is done, I will go throw this in the coke oven. Alright. La cucaracha. Sometimes I look at my base and it's like, damn, I live like this? Yoink. That's not that full. Throw you in there. Oh, that's what happened to my other lava one. It's been in plain sight this entire time. Lalo Salamanca? I'm familiar with Salamanca Tree Hiddle, but I'm not entirely sure from where. It's like a book I read in school. I don't know What do you mean by Lalo Salamanca? Honestly, I know like 4 things, and 2 of those are Casablanca quotes. You like... Better Call Saul thing. I've actually not watched that. I don't have anything against television. But I also really don't have an attention span for it. Like, I will listen to television while I'm doing other things like playing games. But I can't just sit there and watch TV. My brain won't let me. I gotta be doing 2 things at once or nothing at all. Ba-da-ba-ba-bow. I hope we get a Voices of the Void update soon. I need more Voices of the Void. The stars, they scream at me. Now, if I'm on the toilet, I'm probably shitting. But yeah, I scroll through Tumblr. Who doesn't scroll through Tumblr? I guess people who have their shit together. Who has a television in the bathroom? I guess you can watch shows on your phone. I'm not that technologically advanced, though. Well, you have to gather it to expel it. Can just eat a couple of these. I need to figure out how to make a nutrient paste dispenser. That sounds like something I would be joking about, but there is actually a nutrient liquefier. Steel casing. Oh damn, this thing requires an artificial intelligence. Chemical oxidizer, chemical infuser, fuel wood heater, a teleporter. That sounds a bit silly. Anyway, you can make nutrient paste things, which basically make millibuckets of nutritional paste, which you can fill into a canteen, which holds 64 buckets worth of nutrient paste. And there's also this thing, nutritional injector unit, automatically feeds the player nutritional paste when hungry. It just reminds me of that one school in Fallout 4. I do wish I liked Fallout 4 more than I do. I just don't like Nate or Nora as characters. I did find a really fun mod that lets you romance Curie without turning into a person first. Which is objectively better. Just romancing the robot. Because, if you do turn Curie into a synth, the synths were made with your own son's DNA, and that's weird. Not to mention, imagine wanting to date a human when you could date a robot with 3 arms, one of which is a saw and the other one is a flamethrower. It's just the objectively better outcome. Mephisto is in New Vegas. That was a fun quest line at the very least. Nope, there's more room for buckets. Gotta hurry up and let that fill out. And then I can empty it and fill the other one. So much stuff. On ChatGPT? Oh, I'm super anti-AI. Like, there is good AI out there, like AI designed to analyze images for, like, evidence of cancer cells. Like, that's fine. Like, that's good AI. I don't mind that so much. But generative AI just kind of sucks. Don't like it. Not a fan. There are people out there becoming like super emotionally attached to their chat GPT to the point where they came up with an update that made it less personable or whatever. And then people were rioting in the streets. I think that one woman actually went and married her chat GPT, which is a bit absurd. But it's also nothing new. I don't know what it's called. There is that Japanese 3DS game or whatever, where people were marrying their in-game spouses, like legally. As legally as you can, I think. And I don't know. Like, I'm Eroes, so I don't particularly care for dating. But I do think that if you do care for dating, you should probably be trying to date actual people instead of, like, AI chatbots. Like, Cleverbot might say that she loves you, but Cleverbot does not. Well, yeah, but Curie is not ChatGPT. In fact, I would argue that Curie is more closely related to, like, a analytical AI, since our job is to study diseases and try to manufacture a cure. You don't have Curie out there. No, I'm not going to date Fisto. And Curie's not out there, like, trying to generate art. But she is stolen from other artists, or I guess real artists. If you kill yourself by standing on the stove, I will be a tiny bit annoyed. I'm just scrambling some eggs, or I guess frying them. Yeah, it was just the two. I really should update my house, or like actually work on it. Maybe even build a bedroom, instead of just having a kitchen that doesn't have walls. Anyway, let's go ahead and feed my dynamo. It's gotta be generating power. I don't think anything is actively using power right now. But one can never have enough FE. Forge energy. Alright. Trying to build up some mana. If people can use AI in creative ways, that's not just stealing from, like, actual artists and whatnot, nor is it stealing jobs from, like, coders, then fine, that would be cool. But AI is not actually doing that. Alright, sleep well, Pocket Dragon. I have no evidence of this, but I'm confident that the people who raided are already gone. So I'll probably be going to bed sooner than later myself. It's already 7:32 in the morning. Alright. Let's go ahead and bring out my time in a bottle. I think the mana pool has to be full to generate a single Terra Spark. Or Terra Ingot. Put that back. Where'd it go? I lost it. There it is. This is why I took this ring off. Yep. I can't have this ring off and have nice things at the same time. I have to choose between the ring and actually being able to do things. Actually, that does look like it is still on cooldown. Might have to get one of those gourmand flowers. trying to sniff if you're a... what? Real volley or not? Might want to see if the mana spreader actually keeps up with the overclocked flower. It seems to. Although it may not be keeping up fully. My god. That's not it fully overclocked. Here it is fully overclocked. It does seem to be struggling to keep up, so perhaps I don't need to fully overclock it. Alright, I can place another one of these at least. Nope, not like that. Boom. That's gonna take me forever to fill this darn pool. Could I put a spark over the flower? No. Would be so much easier if I could. This is why we can't have nice things, mana pool. I could always just get one of these. The everlasting guilty pool. Creative mana pool has infinite mana. Worthy of an egotist. Egoist, what the fuck is wrong with my brain? In my defense, I'm tired. Just show up. It's like, oh yeah, that creative mana pool is totally legit. Didn't cheat at all. What? What if the mixer is good for anything else? Yeah. Let's see here. Do I actually have any viewers on the Twitch? Twitch. Shut up, YouTube. My bitrate's fine. Maybe. It does say I have 5 viewers. I don't know if that's accurate. Let's go ahead and refresh. It does say I have 5 viewers. So people seem to still be here. Oh, well, it's probably somehow 2 of them. I suppose I could also just spread the love by trying to raid another small channel. That does seem to be where followers come from. But I do have to go to bed. Alright. If you've been hanging out this time, whether you're chatting or lurking, or Opal saying weird things like, I'm sexy but I'm one of them. Whatever that actually means. I want you to know that you're appreciated. If you are watching this in the future, as like a VOD and have somehow watched the entire thing, you have the patience of a saint and are also appreciated. Like the video if you enjoyed, subscribe for more, and fizzity farewell.